Good morning. Good morning, dear Sangha. Are you here well? Today is the 24th of May 2013. We are on our second day of the retreat. Happiness is the way.
各位朋友，今日係2013年5月24號，我哋係幸福之路禪營嘅第2日。
I have a few questions to ask you.
我想問你哋一啲問題。
And these questions might touch something very deep within yourself.
呢一啲問題可能讓你深深咁接觸到自己心靈深處。
So allow the question to go deep into yourself.
讓呢一啲問題好深咁沉到你自己。
You do not have to think.
你唔需要去思考。
Allow yourself to say yes or no silently inside of you.
讓你自己喺心中靜靜咁回答係定係唔係。
You might like to say yes or no or not sure.
你可以喺心入邊答有冇定係我唔肯定。
And that can be healing already.
如此已經係一種治療。
There is one word that should be understood.
有一個字你哋需要明白。
That word is the other person.
呢一個字就係對方。
The other person may be your partner.
對方可能係你嘅伴侶。
Your wife, your husband.
你嘅太太，你嘅丈夫。
Your father or your mother.
你嘅爸爸或者媽媽。
Or your son or your daughter.
你嘅仔或者女。
The other person is the person with whom you have a relationship.
對方係同你有某種嘅關係。
And that relationship may be easy or may be difficult.
你哋嘅關係可能係好容易，亦都可能係好困難。
So answer honestly, yes or no, silently inside of your head.
你可以喺你嘅頭入邊靜靜咁樣回答有或者冇。
This is the first question.
第一條問題。
Are you in love?
你係咪愛着某個人？
Are you still in love?
你係咪仍然在愛着某個人？
Do you want to reconnect with the person who used to be the one you love?
你想唔想同嗰個你曾經愛過嘅人重新聯繫？
Do you think that he or she is happier than you are now?
你認為佢係咪而家比你更快樂？
Do you have the time for each other, or you are both too busy?
你哋有冇時間俾對方，定係你哋兩個人各有各忙？
Have you been able to preserve your freshness and beauty for yourself and for the other person?
你能唔能夠為自己同埋為對方保持你嘅清新美麗？
Please do not write down, just listen and answer.
請你哋大家唔好寫低，靜靜咁聽，同埋喺心中回答。
Are you capable to offer him or her freshness and beauty every day?
你能唔能夠為佢每一天送上你嘅清新美麗？
Do you know how to handle the suffering in yourself?
你懂唔懂得點樣去處理你心入邊嘅痛苦？
Are you able to help handle the suffering in the other person?
你有冇能力幫助對方處理佢嘅痛苦？
Do you understand your own sufferings and their roots?
你明唔明白你自己嘅痛苦同埋痛苦嘅根源？
Are you able to understand the suffering in the other person?
你有冇能力去理解對方嘅痛苦？
Do you have the capacity to help the other person suffer less?
你有冇能力去幫助對方減少佢嘅痛苦？
Have you learned the way to calm down your painful feelings and emotions?
你有冇學懂點樣去平靜你痛苦嘅感受同埋情緒？
Do you have the time to listen to yourself, your suffering, your difficulties, and your deepest desire?
你有冇時間去聆聽你自己、你嘅痛苦、你嘅困難同你最深嘅願望？
Do you have the time to listen to him or her, to help him or her suffer less?
你有冇時間去聆聽對方，幫助佢減輕佢嘅痛苦？
Do you know the Buddhist way of restoring communication and bringing reconciliation?
你知唔知道喺佛教入邊，我哋用咩方法去重建溝通，達成和解？
Are you capable of creating a feeling of joy and happiness for yourself?
你能唔能夠為自己培養幸福喜悅？
Are you capable of helping the other person to create a feeling of joy and happiness?
你能唔能夠為對方培養幸福喜悅？
Do you really think you have a clear spiritual path to go?
你係咪真正相信你有清晰嘅靈修道路可以追隨？
Do you have the feeling of peace and contentment within yourself?
喺你嘅內心，你有冇呢一份平安滿足嘅感覺？
Do you know how to nourish your love every day?
你知唔知道點樣可以每一日培養、滋養你心中嘅愛？
Thank you.
多謝大家。
This morning we had a very good guided meditation session led by Brother Plum.
今朝早我哋有一節坐禪嘅指引，非常之好嘅坐禪，由法靈法師帶領。
And I hope that from now on you'll be able to make good use of these exercise in your daily life.
我希望從今日開始，你能夠好好利用呢一啲練習。
When you sit on the train or on the bus, you may like to practice these exercises.
當你坐喺火車或者巴士上邊，你可以去練習呢一啲嘅練習。
Instead of thinking about the past or the future, instead of thinking about your projects, your fear, your anger, you just enjoy practicing breathing in and out to release the tension in your body and to create a feeling of joy.
我哋唔去諗我哋嘅工作計劃，或者係我哋嘅憂慮、恐懼，我哋只係吸氣、呼氣，讓我哋釋放我哋嘅緊張。
You may create a meditation hall out of your bus or your train.
讓你將巴士或者火車變成一個禪堂。
And the time you spend on the bus or on the train can be the time to nourish and heal yourself.
你坐喺巴士或者火車嘅時間，係讓你能夠治療你自己。
These exercises are not difficult to practice.
呢一啲練習並不困難。
In fact, they are very pleasant to do.
而且係非常之愉悅嘅練習。
And these exercises are taken directly from the teaching of the Buddha in a text called Anapanasati Sutta.
呢一啲練習係直接來自佛陀嘅教導《安波手義經》。
The day I discovered that sutra, I felt like I was the happiest person on earth.
當我發現呢一篇經文嘅時候，我感覺到我係全世界最快樂嘅人。
I have gone through a lot of difficulties in my life, and yet I have been able to go through thanks to the practice of these exercises offered by the Buddha.
喺我嘅生命中，我經歷過好多困難，我能夠去渡過呢啲困難，全賴呢一啲正念呼吸修習。
The first exercise is to become aware of your in breath and your out breath.
第一個練習係覺察你嘅呼吸。
To be aware of or to recognize.
覺察覺知。
To identify.
去辨認你嘅呼吸。
Breathing in, I know this is an in breath.
吸氣嘅時候，我知道我在吸氣。
You don't mix up the in breath with the out breath.
你唔會將吸氣同呼氣混淆在一起。
Breathing in, you should not say breathing in. This is my out breath. That's not correct.
吸氣嘅時候，你唔會話我喺度呼氣。
So to become aware of your in breath and your out breath, take you off from the past and from the future.
覺察你嘅一呼一吸，讓你能夠唔會再想住過去或者未來。
When you focus your attention on your in breath, you release everything else.
當你專注於呼吸，你放下其他所有一切。
You release the sorrow, the regret concerning the past.
放下對過往嘅悲傷、後悔。
You release your fear, your uncertainty about the future.
亦都放下你對未來嘅恐懼同埋不確定。
You release your worries and fear because you are busy with breathing in.
你放下你嘅憂慮、擔憂，因為你完全係專注於你嘅呼吸。
And you may enjoy your in-breath also.
你享受你吸氣嘅時間。
For me, breathing in is always a joy.
對於我嚟講，吸氣係非常之愉悅嘅。
If you are already dead, you don't breathe in anymore.
當你死咗嘅時候，就唔再能夠吸氣。
So breathing in just take 2 or 3 seconds.
吸氣只需要2-3秒鐘。
And these 3 seconds can bring you joy.
呢3秒鐘為你帶嚟快樂。
The joy of being alive.
活着嘅喜悅。
There are 3 kinds of energies that you generate during the practice.
喺我哋修習嘅時間，我哋能夠培養到3種力量。
The first energy is called mindfulness.
第一種係念。
And if you analyze, you see the Chinese word for mindfulness is made of the present moment and the mind.
當我哋去睇呢個字嘅時候，我哋會見到佢由2部分組成，係根同埋心。
Mindfulness is to bring the mind back to the present moment.
因此，念嘅意思係將心帶回當下。
You are free from the past, you are free from the future, you are established in the here and the now.
你放下過去、未來，安住於當下。
And that can be done by just one in-breath.
只需要吸氣就已經可以做得到。
In your daily life, your body may be there, but your mind is elsewhere.
喺你嘅日常生活之中，你嘅身體可能喺呢度，但係心已經走咗去第二度。
Your mind might be caught up in your projects, in your future.
你嘅心可能被困於你嘅工作計劃，或者係被困於未來。
And when your mind is not with your body, you are not truly there.
當你嘅心同身唔係喺一齊嘅時候，你唔係真真正正地在當下。
You are not truly present in the here and the now.
你並唔係真真正正地活在當下。
You are not truly alive because your mind is separated from your body.
你並唔係真正活着，因為你嘅心同你嘅身分開。
So breathing in, you bring your mind home to your body.
因此吸氣，我哋將心帶回身體。
And when mind and body are together, you are established in the here and the now. That will make life possible.
當你嘅身心一體，就讓你變得你嘅生命係可能嘅。
So mindfulness is the energy that can help bring the mind home to the body and establish oneself in the present moment.
因此，我哋可以利用呼吸將心帶回身體，讓我哋回到當下。
Not only mindfulness of breathing can help you to do that, but mindfulness of walking can also help you to do that.
並唔單止正念呼吸可以幫我哋做得到，正念步行亦都可以。
In the morning when you take your breakfast, you can practice mindfulness of eating.
朝頭早當你食早餐嘅時候，你可以收集正念食早餐。
Mindfulness of breathing also help bring your mind home to the present moment.
讓你將心帶回當下。
And when you drink your tea, mindfulness of drinking can also do that, bring mind back to body.
當你正念地飲茶，你亦都可以同時將你嘅心帶回身體。
And you become fully alive in the here and the now.
你是真真正正地活在當下。
When you spend 3 hours with your computer, you forget completely that you have a body.
當你用電腦3個鐘頭嘅時間，你完完全全忘記咗自己有一個身體。
In these 3 hours, you are not truly alive.
呢3個小時，你並唔係真正活着。
because the mind is not connected with the body.
因為你嘅心同你嘅身並冇聯繫。
In Plum Village, France, where we live and practice, we also use computers.
喺我哋生活嘅法國梅村，我哋亦都會用電腦。
But we program a bell mindfulness in the computer, and every 15 minutes the bell sound, and we breathe in and bring our mind back to our body.
我哋會將正念嘅鐘聲下載到我哋嘅電腦，每15分鐘響一次，讓我哋可以回到呼吸。
And you may like to download the sound of bell from our website.
你可以從我哋嘅網站下載呢一個正念鐘聲。
So mindfulness is the energy that allows you to know what is going on.
正念嘅能量讓你覺察正在發生緊嘅事。
What is going on is you are breathing in.
正在發生嘅係你在吸氣。
What is going on is you are making a step.
正在發生嘅事係你在行緊。
What is going on is you are drinking your tea.
正在發生嘅係你喺度飲茶。
So mindfulness is the kind of energy that makes your life real.
正念能量能夠讓你嘅生命變得真實。
Otherwise, you breathe in a dream, you walk in a dream, you drink your tea in a dream.
否則你就好似喺夢入邊呼吸、行路、飲茶。
And mindfulness is the energy of the Buddha.
正念係佛陀嘅力量。
And when you are mindful, the Buddha is in you.
當你有正念嘅時候，佛陀就喺你嘅心中。
Do not go to the Buddhist temple. There may be no Buddha there.
你唔需要去佛教嘅寺院，因為喺寺院入邊可能並冇佛陀。
There may be a big Buddha in bronze or in jade or in copper, but it's not real Buddha.
或者銅做嘅、玉做嘅佛像，佢並唔係真正嘅佛陀。
Real Buddha is mindfulness.
真正嘅佛陀係正念。
And every one of us has a seed of mindfulness in our consciousness.
喺我哋每一個人嘅心識之中，都有佛陀嘅種子。
Every time we breathe in mindfully, we touch the seed of mindfulness and they become energy.
當我哋每一次用正念呼吸，我哋接觸到我哋正念嘅種子。
And when the energy of mindfulness there, you are protected.
當我哋有正念嘅時候，我哋就受到保護。
When you drive mindfully, it's safer than you don't drive mindfully.
當你揸車嘅時候，如果你有正念，你會比較安全。
When you do things mindfully, you put in yourself in a safer position.
當你做嘢嘅時候，你有正念，其實你係更加安全。
And the second energy that you generate during the practice of breathing is concentration.
我哋呼吸嘅時候，能夠培養到嘅第二種能量係定。
Not only you are aware of your in-breath, but you are truly concentrated in your in-breath.
你唔單止覺察你在吸氣，而且你係完全專注於吸氣。
The more you are concentrated on your in-breath, the more pleasant the in-breath will become.
你越係專注於你嘅吸氣，你會感到越愉悅。
And we also have a seed of concentration in us, and with the practice, the seed of mindfulness and concentration continue to grow every day for your happiness and safety.
我哋之中都有定嘅種子，當我哋繼續收集嘅時候，我哋能夠培養念力同定力，讓我哋嘅生活感到更安全幸福。
And the third energy is called insight.
第三種力量係慧。
Insight is a kind of vision, a kind of wisdom that help you to liberate yourself from suffering.
慧呢一種智慧洞察，能夠讓你從痛苦之中解脫。
Insight is enlightenment itself.
智慧本身已經係覺醒。
If people say that you need to practice 8 years or 10 years in order to have some enlightenment, some awakening, don't believe them.
如果有人同你講你需要修行8年、10年先至會達到覺醒，你唔好相信佢哋。
If you know the correct way to breathe and to walk, enlightenment can come in a few seconds.
如果你真正懂得呢個正確嘅方法去呼吸同埋步行嘅時候，喺幾秒鐘你已經能夠達到覺醒。
Enlightenment, awakening is always enlightenment on something.
覺醒總係對某一啲嘢嘅覺醒。
Awakening is always awakening to something.
覺醒係我哋對某一啲嘢嘅醒覺。
When you breathe in mindfully, you might discover right away that you are alive.
當你正念呼吸嘅時候，你即時察覺你仍然活着。
You are given a life to live.
你有呢個生命可以讓你度過。
And to be alive is a miracle.
活着就是奇蹟。
To be alive is the greatest of all miracles.
活着係所有奇蹟之中最偉大嘅奇蹟。
And you need only 3 seconds in order to breathe out and get inside that you are there, still alive.
你呼氣嘅時候，只需要3秒鐘，你就能夠察覺到你仍然活着。
And life is a miracle.
生命係奇蹟。
There are so many wonders of life available in the here and the now.
喺我哋嘅生命之中，當下已經有好多美好嘅事物。
These are already enlightenment.
呢一啲已經係覺醒。
Because many of us are there, but they don't know that they are alive.
我哋有好多人活着，但係我哋並唔知道自己在活着。
They go around like sleepwalkers.
佢哋喺度行路周圍走嘅時候，就好似瞓緊覺一樣。
They run like mad people.
佢哋好似一啲唔清醒嘅人。
They are not aware of the fact that to be alive is something wonderful, a true miracle.
佢哋唔知道活着係非常之美麗，係一種奇蹟。
And that all wonders of life, like the blue sky, the beautiful mountains, the clear river, the face of your beloved one, are all wonderful.
生命之中好多美好嘅事物，好似藍天白雲，呢一啲都係非常之美麗嘅。
I am alive.
我活着。
If you breathe in, and if you know that you are alive, that is already insight.
當你吸氣嘅時候，你知道自己活着，呢一個已經係一種智慧。
If you see that to be alive is a miracle, that is already insight.
如果你知道活着係一種奇蹟，呢一個已經係智慧。
And to get in touch with all the wonders of life that are available in the here and the now, that is already an insight.
如果我哋知道生命之中有好多美好嘅事物，呢一種已經係智慧。
And that is why every in-breath or every step taken in mindfulness can bring you this insight that can make you happy right here and right now.
因此每一次吸氣，你所行嘅每一步都能夠讓你洞悉呢一啲智慧，讓你即時感到快樂。
So that is why one in-breath, even if it lasts only 3 seconds, it brings us 3 kinds of energies: mindfulness, concentration, and insight.
當你吸一口氣，只需要3秒鐘，就能夠為我哋帶嚟念定慧3種能量。
And when you are mindful, concentrated, and insightful, the Buddha is in you. You don't have to go and look for him in a temple.
當你有念定位嘅時候，佛陀就在你心中，你唔需要去到寺院揾佛陀。
And a good practitioner knows how to generate these three kinds of energies in order to be protected and to be happy and to overcome the suffering.
一位好嘅修行者，佢知道點樣去培養念定慧，讓佢得到保護，讓佢感到幸福。
So this first exercise of mindful breathing offered by the Buddha, although it looks simple, but the effect is very, very deep.
因此，佛陀所教導嘅呢一個第一個呼吸練習，看似非常簡單，但係佢帶嚟嘅效果可以係非常深刻。
So please, next time when you drive your car, or you sit on the bus, or on the mass transportation rail, you practice this for us, for the Buddha.
因此，當你揸車、搭地鐵或者搭巴士嘅時候，請收集呢一個正念呼吸，為佛陀而收集。
Stop the thinking, enjoy breathing.
停止思考，享受呼吸。
You can do it.
你可以做得到。
You nourish yourself, you heal yourself with the practice.
你用呢一個修行嚟到滋養自己、治療自己。
The second exercise of mindful breathing offered by the Buddha is to follow your in-breath all the way through.
佛陀所教導嘅第二個呼吸練習係跟隨你整個呼吸。
It means that during your in-breath, there is no interruption.
吸氣嘅時候，你觀察你嘅吸氣並冇間斷。
Mindfulness and concentration continue from the beginning of your in-breath until the end.
念同定跟隨你整個吸氣嘅時間。
The energy of mindfulness and concentration become more powerful, and your joy, your happiness is increased thanks to the powerful energy of mindfulness and concentration.
你嘅念同定會更加有力，而因為有呢個有力嘅念同埋定，你會感到更加幸福快樂。
And the third exercise is breathing in. I'm aware that I have a body.
第三個練習係吸氣，我覺察身體。
The first is aware of your breath.
第一個練習係覺察呼吸。
The third is aware of your body.
第三個練習係覺察你嘅身體。
That is to bring your mind home to your body in order for you to be truly established in the here and the now.
將你嘅心帶返嚟身體，讓你安住於當下。
The here and the now is where true life can be found.
只有在當下，你可以揾到真正嘅生命。
The Buddha said that the past is no longer there.
佛陀話過去已經過去，
And the future has not come yet.
未來仍然未到。
And true life is available only in the here and the now.
真正嘅生命只在當下。
So practitioners breathe in, breathe out mindfully in order to bring himself home to the here and the now so that he can encounter the wonders of life that are available in the here and the now.
一個修行者，佢通過呼吸將心帶回身體，讓佢可以安住於當下。
Not only the blue sky, the beautiful mountains, the clear river are available in the here and the now, but the kingdom of God and the pure land of the Buddha is also available only in the here and the now.
喺當下並唔只有藍天白雲，而喺當下亦都有淨土同埋天國。
If you practice Pure Land Buddhism, you should know that the Pure Land is the Pure Land in the West is only is not the deepest kind of teaching on Pure Land Buddhism.
如果你收集淨土宗嘅時候，你會知道西方淨土呢一個講法並唔係淨土中最深刻嘅教導。
The deeper teaching is the Pure Land in your heart.
更深刻嘅教導係唯心淨土。
If you know how to breathe mindfully, if you know how to walk mindfully, you can create peace and joy with every breath, with every step.
如果你懂得收集正念呼吸同正念步行，每一個呼吸、每一個步行，你都可以培養到平安喜悅。
And because you have the joy and the peace in yourself, this place becomes the pure land of the Buddha or the kingdom of God right away.
當你心中有平安喜悅，你而家處嘅呢一個環境就成為淨土天國。
You do not have to go to the direction of the West in order to see the Pure Land.
你唔需要向住西方去揾淨土。
You do not have to die in order to go to the kingdom of God. It may be too late.
你唔需要等到死後先至去到天國。
With mindfulness of breathing and walking, with only one step you can enter the kingdom of God.
以正念呼吸、正念步行，只需要一步，你就能夠踏足天國。
Walking meditation is to enjoy every step in the kingdom of God, in the pure land of the Buddha.
行善即係我哋喺淨土同埋天國之中享受每一步。
Please believe me, the kingdom is now or never.
請你相信我，天國就在此刻，否則你永遠揾唔到天國。
The pure land of the Buddha is a reality now.
淨土係真真正正地存在於當下。
And every step can bring you to the pure land.
每一步都能夠帶你到達淨土。
There is not one day when I do not enjoy walking in the pure land of the Buddha.
冇任何一日係我唔享受喺淨土入邊步行。
I have arrived. I don't have to run anymore.
我已經到達，唔需要再奔跑。
This planet Earth is my pure land. I don't wish to go anywhere else.
呢一個地球就係我嘅淨土，我唔需要再去到其他地方。
Mother Earth has brought me out in this form. Tomorrow I will go back to Mother Earth, and she will bring me out again and again in different new forms.
大地母親將我生於呢一個形態，有一天我將會回歸大地，而大地會讓我再次用唔同嘅形態重生。
Mother Earth is a most beautiful bodhisattva.
大地母親係最美麗嘅菩薩。
Don't think of Mother Earth as matter.
唔好以為大地母親係一種
Mother Earth has given birth to many Buddhas and Bodhisattvas.
大地母親讓好多嘅佛菩薩喺呢度出生。
Our father, our mother are also children of Mother Earth.
我哋嘅爸爸媽媽亦都係大地之母嘅孩子。
Mother Earth is our refuge. I take refuge in Mother Earth.
大地母親係我嘅歸依，我歸於大地母親。
Thanks to the fact that I take refuge in the Buddha, I know how to take refuge in Mother Earth also, because I know that the Buddha is also a child of Mother Earth.
因為我歸依佛，所以我亦歸於大地母親，因為我知道佛陀係大地母親嘅孩子。
And your body is a wonder, is a creation, is a gift of Mother Earth.
你嘅身體係大地之母嘅禮物，係大地之母嘅創造。
And when I come back to my body, I touch a wonder of life, which is my body.
當我翻嚟我嘅身體嘅時候，我接觸到呢一個奇蹟，奇蹟就係我嘅身體。
I may have not taken good care of my body.
以前可能我並冇好好照顧身體。
I may have worked my body too hard.
可能我過於勞累。
I may have brought into my body a lot of poisons and toxins.
可能我將好多嘅毒素帶入我嘅身體。
I may have allowed tension and pain to be accumulated too much in my body.
可能我讓痛楚同埋壓力積聚喺我身體之內。
I have not been kind to my body. I have not been kind enough to Mother Earth in my body.
我並冇友善對待我嘅身體，並冇友善對待喺我之內嘅大地母親。
That is why when I come back to my body, I might get insight that there is a lot of pain and stress and tension in my body.
因此，當我翻嚟我嘅身體嘅時候，可能我發覺我嘅身體有好多緊張、痛楚。
And I would like to do something to reduce the pain in my body, to release the tension in my body.
我想去做某一啲事，讓我可以釋放身體嘅痛楚同埋緊張。
To restore peace into my body.
重拾祥和。
And that is why the Buddha proposed the fourth exercise.
因此，佛陀教導我哋第四個練習。
Breathing in, I calm my body.
吸氣，我平靜身體。
This word is a classical Chinese word. It means stopping, calming down.
身息呢一個字係一個中呢個字嘅意思，即係我哋平息平靜。
This is taken directly from the Chinese text, which dated 4th, 5th century.
身息係直接取自第5世紀嘅佛教經典。
Breathing in, I calm my body.
吸氣，我平靜身體。
Breathing in, I release the tension in my body.
吸氣，我釋放身體嘅緊張。
I restore peace in my body.
重拾祥和。
So, in our daily life, if we have a few minutes, we can use this in order to practice mindful breathing and release the tension in our body, where we are on the bus, on the train, or on our bed, ready to go to sleep.
因此喺我哋嘅日常生活入邊，我哋只需要幾分鐘就可以讓我哋練習正念呼吸。無論我哋坐喺巴士、火車，或者我哋係瞓喺床上邊準備瞓覺嘅時候。
The tension accumulated in our body can be the foundation of many kinds of diseases.
身體嘅緊張可能會造成許多嘅疾病。
So learning to release the tension in our body, we help the body to restore and to heal.
因此，我哋釋放身體嘅緊張同埋壓力，讓我哋嘅身體自然療愈。
Hopefully this afternoon there will be a session of deep total relaxation led by Sister Chen Kang.
喺下午嘅時候，有真空法師帶領我哋做深度放鬆。
If you are ahead of the family, you should offer your family a session of total relaxation every day.
如果你係一家之主，你可以為你嘅家庭每一日帶領佢哋做深度放鬆。
If you are a school teacher, you may like to offer your students 5 minutes or 10 minutes practice of total relaxation.
如果你係學校嘅老師，你可以帶領你哋嘅學生做5分鐘、10分鐘嘅深度放鬆。
If you are the chief, the director of a corporation, you may like to offer your employees a session of total relaxation every day.
如果你係一啲機構企業嘅主管，亦都可以為你嘅員工帶領佢哋每一日做深度放鬆。
That will help your corporation to succeed more.
而此可以幫助你嘅企業更加成功。
I am doing this mindfully and with joy.
我非常之開心，正念地擦白板。
This is not hard work.
並唔係一件苦工。
This gives me a lot of joy, happiness.
帶俾我好多幸福快樂。
So when you wash your dishes, you do like this. You enjoy every minute of dishwashing.
當你洗碗嘅時候，你都可以一樣享受每一刻洗碗嘅時間。
Do not consider dishwashing as dirty work.
唔好以為洗碗係一件污糟嘅工作。
When you mop the floor, do it the same way, mindfully and joyfully.
當你洗地嘅時候，亦都同樣正念喜悅地洗地。
And during the time you prepare your breakfast or you mop your floor, you can get the healing and the nourishment with the practice of mindful breathing and smiling.
當你煮早餐或者洗地嘅時間，你可以從中得到療愈，只需要你用正念呼吸。
The fifth exercise is to create a feeling of joy.
第5個練習係製造喜悅
，generating joy.
培養喜悅。
Every good practitioner should be able to create a feeling of joy whenever she wants.
每一個好嘅修行者，佢都能夠喺佢想嘅時候就能夠培養喜悅。
And it is not difficult.
並不困難。
Because when you bring your mind home to your body, you are in touch with the wonders of life. You are in touch with so many conditions of happiness that you already have.
因為當你將心帶回身體，你能夠接觸到生命之中美好嘅事物，覺察到喺當下有好多幸福快樂嘅條件。
You are very lucky. You have more than enough conditions of happiness.
你非常之幸運，你有多於足夠嘅條件讓你快樂。
And getting in touch with a few of them are already enough for you to be joyful and happy right away.
只需要接觸其中嘅幾樣條件，就能夠讓你當下感到喜悅。
Suppose we do this exercise, breathing in, I'm aware of my heart.
我哋可以做呢一個練習，吸氣，我覺察心臟。
Breathing out, I feel grateful to my heart.
呼氣，我感恩我嘅心臟。
This is a mindful of heart.
呢個係對心臟嘅正念。
You use the energy of mindfulness in order to embrace your heart tenderly, like a mother holding her baby.
你用正念輕輕擁抱你嘅心臟，就好似媽媽輕輕擁抱孩子。
Your heart has been working very hard for you.
你嘅心臟不停為你工作
pumping the blood day and night to nourish your cells without resting.
日夜你嘅心臟都喺度運作並冇休息。
And yet you have not been very kind to your heart.
然而我哋對我哋嘅心臟並不友善。
You have drunk a lot of alcohol. You have eaten a lot of fat.
我哋食好多肥膩嘅嘢，同埋飲酒。
You have stayed awake So stay late in the night.
我哋夜晚嘅時候好夜先至瞓。
You smoke.
你食煙。
You have not been kind to your heart.
你對你嘅心臟並不友善。
So when you breathe in and become aware of your heart, you are bringing awareness, appreciation, and compassion to your heart.
當你吸氣嘅時候，你覺察你嘅心臟，你就係將你嘅感恩、你嘅覺察帶到心臟。
And 3 seconds are enough for you to get the insight that my heart is still functioning normally.
只需要3秒鐘，你就能夠洞察到你嘅心臟仍然運作正常。
What a relief!
讓我感到釋懷。
When the doctor said that according to the electrocardiogram, your heart still functions well.
你嘅醫生對你講，根據心電圖，你嘅心臟仍然運作正常。
And that good news make you happy.
呢個好消息讓你快樂。
Because there are those of us who do not have such a heart, and they can be subject to a heart attack at any time.
因為我哋當中有一啲人，佢嘅心臟嘅運作並唔正常，隨時隨地佢都可能會有心臟病。
And their deepest desire is just to have a normal heart like yours.
佢最深嘅願望就係好似你一樣有健康嘅心臟。
So your heart that still functions normally is one of the many conditions of happiness that you do have now.
因此，你擁有健康嘅心臟，呢一個就係你此刻擁有許多幸福條件之中嘅一種。
And if you go through your body with mindfulness, you recognize thousands of conditions of happiness like that are available to you.
當你去審視你整個身體，你會發覺你有幾千個條件可以讓你感到快樂。
Like your eyes. When you open your eyes, you can get in touch with a paradise of forms and colors.
當你打開雙眼，你可以接觸到好多嘅形態同埋顏色。
Imagine you are blind. We cannot enjoy the colors and the forms anymore.
試想像，如果你盲咗嘅話，你就唔再可以享受呢一啲顏色同埋形態。
A paradise of form and color is available just because we have eyes still in good condition.
我哋可以睇到好多嘅顏色同形態，就係因為我哋仍然有健康嘅雙眼。
And not only we have conditions of happiness inside of us, but we also have many around us.
我哋唔單止我哋嘅內在有好多幸福嘅條件，喺我哋嘅周圍亦都有好多幸福快樂嘅條件。
And that is why when the practitioner goes back to the here and the now, she will encounter so many conditions of happiness. And that is why creating a feeling of joy, creating a feeling of happiness is some very easy thing to do.
因此，當一個修行者回到當下嘅時間，佢接觸到好多幸福嘅條件，因此我哋隨時隨地都可以培養到幸福喜樂。
So each practitioner should be able to generate a feeling of joy, a feeling of happiness, to nourish herself.And help the other person to do the same.
因此，每一個修行者都應該能夠為自己培養喜悅嘅感受，亦都能夠幫助別人去收集。
Not only you can nourish yourself and heal yourself with creating feelings of joy and happiness, but you can help heal the other person and nourish the other person by the same practice.
我哋通過修行能夠滋養自己、治療自己，同時我哋亦都能夠幫助對方、滋養對方、治療對方。
You may say, darling, don't you think that you are very lucky?
你可以話，親愛的，你知唔知我哋非常幸運
？And help the other person to touch the conditions of happiness that she has, and then she'll be happy right away.
你去幫助對方接觸佢幸福嘅條件，讓佢即時間就可以感受到喜悅。
And then when we are able to nourish ourselves with joy and happiness, we are able to handle the pain, the sorrow, the fear in us.
當我哋能夠用喜樂去滋養自己嘅時候，我哋就有能力去處理自己嘅困難同埋痛苦。
And that is why the 7th exercise recommended by the Buddha is to breathe in and to become aware of the painful feeling, the painful emotion that is arising in us.
因此，佛陀教導嘅第7個練習係吸氣嘅時候，我哋覺察我哋所生起嘅痛苦感受同埋情緒。
A good practitioner never try to run away from the painful feeling, from the painful emotion in her.
一個好嘅修習者，佢永遠唔會逃避佢心入邊嘅痛苦感受同情緒。
Because she knows how to generate the energy of mindfulness and concentration, she has something in order to be able to handle the suffering in her.
因為佢懂得去培養念同埋定，因此佢有能力去處理佢嘅痛苦。
Most of the people try to run away from the pain because they don't know how to handle the pain within themselves.
好多人想去逃避心中嘅痛苦，係因為佢哋唔知道點樣去處理佢嘅痛苦。
But you who are a practitioner, you can generate the energy of mindfulness and concentration, and you can go home in force. You know how to use the energy of mindfulness and concentration to recognize the pain and to embrace the pain.
你係一個修習者，你懂得去培養念同埋定，知道點樣用念同埋定，將你帶返自己去擁抱心入邊嘅痛苦。
The painful emotion, the painful feeling is a kind of energy.
痛苦嘅感受同埋情緒係一種能量。
And mindfulness and concentration is another kind of energy that you generate from your practice, by your practice.
我哋嘅念同埋定係另一種能量，係我哋從修習而得嚟嘅。
And that second energy is not to fight or to suppress the pain.
第二種能量並唔係去對抗或者壓抑第一種能量，
or to cover up the pain.
或者係去掩蓋痛苦。
The role of mindfulness is to recognize.
正念係去覺察痛苦。
Breathing in, I'm aware that a painful feeling is in me.
吸氣，我知道痛苦嘅感受喺我心中。
Breathing out, I will take good care of the painful emotion in me.
呼氣，我會好好照顧我嘅痛苦嘅感受。
That is the practice of simple recognition of the painful feeling or emotion in yourself.
呢一個修行係去純粹地覺察你心入邊痛苦嘅感受同埋情緒。
When a baby cries, her mother does not try to suppress the baby.
當一個 BB 喊嘅時候，媽咪唔會去阻止佢。
The mother pick up the baby and hold the baby tenderly into her arms.
媽咪會輕輕咁樣抱起 BB。
That is exactly what a practitioner should do when the pain comes up.
呢一個就係我哋修行者要做嘅事。
Hello there, my little pain. I know you are there. I will take good care of you.
我嘅痛苦，我知道你喺呢一度，我會好好照顧你。
And you continue to practice mindful breathing, mindful walking in order to generate the energy of mindfulness, with which you will embrace tenderly the energy of pain or sorrow in you.
你繼續收集正念呼吸、正念步行，讓正念嘅能量升起，輕輕咁樣擁抱痛苦嘅感覺。
And this is the way of the Buddha.
呢個就係佛陀教導我哋嘅方法。
Completely non-violent.
完全係非暴力嘅。
Not trying to suppress or to cover up.
我哋唔會去壓抑或者掩蓋。
But to recognize and to embrace.
而係去覺察同埋擁抱。
If you are a beginner and your mindfulness and concentration is not strong enough, you have to borrow that energy from your Sangha.
當你初初開始修行嘅時候，你嘅念同埋定並唔係太強，你需要從僧團之中去借助佢哋嘅念同埋定。
Because in your Sangha there are monks, nuns and lay practitioners who have practiced for a long time. And together they can create a collective, a powerful collective energy of mindfulness.
因為喺僧團之中有僧尼同埋在家眾，佢哋收集咗好耐，我哋一齊嘅時候可以一齊培養到集體嘅念同埋定。
So sitting among us, you open your heart and you say, "Dear Sangha, here is my pain, here is my anger and despair. Please help embrace it for me."
當我哋一齊坐喺度嘅時候，你可以打開心扉，你同僧團講話：僧團，我嘅痛苦喺呢度，我嘅困難喺呢度，請你擁抱佢。
You allow the Sangha to embrace you, to take care of you.
你讓僧團擁抱你，照顧你。
You surrender to the Sangha.
你完全放下自己。
And that is true practice of taking refuge in the Sangha.
呢一個就係真真正正歸依真嘅修習。
And Sangha does not mean just monks and nuns.
僧並唔係單指僧尼。
Sangha include lay practitioners.
僧亦都包括在家眾。
There are lay practitioners who practice better than monks.
有啲在家眾佢嘅修行比出家眾更加好。
And the exercise proposed by the Buddha is to calm down.
佛陀教導嘅第8個練習係去平靜我哋。
The pain.
平靜痛苦。
Here is to calm down the body. Here is to calm the body. Here is to calm the feelings and emotions.
喺呢一邊我哋平靜身體，而喺另外嗰邊我哋平靜我哋嘅感受。
So it is very clear that the teaching of the Buddha help us in many ways.
因此非常之清晰，佛陀嘅教導可以喺好多方面幫助到我哋。
First of all, it helps us to release the tension and reduce the pain in our body.
首先幫助我哋釋放身體嘅緊張同埋痛楚。
Next time when you feel the pain or the tension, don't just rely on tranquilizer and painkillers.
下一次當你嘅身體感到痛楚嘅時候，唔好單單去依賴鎮靜劑或者止痛藥。
If you kill the pain, and another pain will come up later on.
因為當你去制止一個痛楚嘅時候，另一種嘅痛楚又會生起。
And if you continue to use painkillers, you kill your liver, you kill your kidney.
如果你繼續去服用止痛藥，咁樣會影響到你嘅腎臟。
So make good use of your practice of mindful breathing, mindful walking, to reduce the tension and the pain in you, and do not rely too much on the medicines.
因此，請你用你嘅正念呼吸、正念步行嘅修習去治療自己，唔好太過依賴藥物。
The Buddha teaches us how to take good care of our breath and our body.
佛陀教我哋點樣去照顧自己嘅呼吸，照顧身體。
The Buddha help us, teach us how to create feelings of joy and happiness for us to be nourished.
佛陀教導我哋培養幸福喜樂嘅感覺，讓我哋得到滋養。
And the Buddha help us how to handle the painful feelings and emotions in us.
佛陀亦都教導我哋點樣去處理痛苦嘅感受同情緒。
And when you go to the temple, when you go to the Sangha, your purpose is not to burn incense.
當你去到寺院或者僧團，你嘅目的並唔係去燒香。
The Buddha does not need a lot of incense.
佛陀並唔需要好多香。
The Buddha wants us to practice.
佛陀希望我哋修行。
And you offer him your practice. The merits could be 1,000 times more important than incense and bananas.
你用你嘅修行去供奉佛陀，你所得到嘅功德會係1000倍大於你去上香或者買香蕉俾佛陀。
The Buddha advised us to hold our pain and listen deeply to the suffering, the wounded child in us.
佛陀教導我哋去擁抱痛苦嘅感受，去接觸我哋內在受傷嘅孩子。
Listening to our own suffering, we will come to understand the nature, the roots of our own suffering.
當我哋去聆聽自己嘅痛苦嘅時候，我哋會睇到痛苦嘅根源。
And understanding suffering always bring the energy of compassion.
當我哋了解痛苦嘅時候，我哋總係會得到慈悲。
And as soon as the energy of compassion is born, it begins to heal you and to heal the other person.
當慈悲升起嘅時候，我哋自己會得到治療，對方亦都得到治療。
When you hate a person, when you get angry of that person, because you have not seen the suffering in him, you have not understood the suffering in him.
當你憎一個人或者你嬲一個人嘅時候，係因為你並唔了解佢心中嘅痛苦。
And you have seen the suffering in him. If you have understood the suffering in him, you will no longer angry at him, and yet you want to do something or to say something to help the other person suffer less.
當你睇到同埋了解對方嘅痛苦嘅時候，你唔會再嬲佢，反而你係想為佢做一啲嘢去幫助減輕佢嘅痛苦。
And this is a very important law in Buddhism. Understanding suffering always bring compassion.
喺佛教入邊，我哋話，當我哋有理解嘅時候，就會有慈悲。
If you understand your own suffering, and then compassion for yourself will arise, and you will heal by the energy of compassion.
當你了解自己嘅時候，自然會生起慈悲，慈悲能夠治療你。
Because if you do not understand his or her suffering, because you have not understood your own suffering.
如果你唔能夠理解對方嘅痛苦，其實係因為你並唔了解自己嘅痛苦。
Because you have been running away from your own suffering.
因為你時常都在逃避自己嘅痛苦。
And the practice recommended by the Buddha is to stop running away from yourself. Instead, you have to go home and to listen to the suffering inside.
因此，佛陀教導我哋唔好再逃避自己，我哋要返嚟自己聆聽我哋嘅痛苦。
And if needed, you need the Sangha to do it with you, to help you to do it.
你需要有僧團支持你。
And when compassion is born, you suffer less.
當慈悲升起，你嘅痛苦會減輕。
You are healed.
你得到治療。
And it's now very easy for you to look and recognize the suffering in him or in her.
而家你非常之輕易就能夠睇到、了解到對方嘅痛苦。
When you are able to see and understand the suffering in the other person, you are not angry anymore.
當你睇到同埋了解對方嘅痛苦嘅時候，你唔會再嬲。
You want to say something, or you want to do something to help him or her suffer less.
你想去講一啲嘢，或者做一啲嘢去減輕佢嘅痛苦。
You are now capable of using the kind of language that in Buddhism we call loving speech.
而家你有能力去使用呢一種語言，喺佛教我哋稱之為愛語。
Darling, I know you have suffered so much during the past many years.
親愛的，我知道你喺過去嘅好多年都深深受苦。
I have not been able to help you to suffer less.
我一直都唔能夠幫助減輕你嘅痛苦。
In fact, I have reacted in such a way that have made you suffer more.
相反，我對你嘅回應讓你更加痛苦。
Darling, it's not my intention to make you suffer.
親愛的，我並唔係全心讓你痛苦。
That is only because I have not seen the suffering. I have not understood the suffering in you.
只不過係因為我唔能夠睇到同埋了解到你嘅痛苦。
So please, darling, help me.
因此，親愛的，請你幫助我。
Please tell me what is in your heart.
話俾我聽你心入邊嘅痛苦。
Please tell me of your suffering, your difficulties, your despair.
話俾我聽你嘅痛苦、困難、你嘅絕望。
I'm sure that once I have understood, I will not react the way I have in the past.
我知道一旦我能夠理解，我唔會再好似以前咁樣回應。
Please help me. If you don't, and then who will help me?
請你幫助我。如果你唔幫我，咁有邊個可以幫到我？
When there is compassion in your heart, you can use the language naturally, easily.
當你嘅心入邊有慈悲，你自然能夠講說愛語。
And that language has the power to open the door of his heart.
呢一種語言能夠打開佢嘅心。
And he will have a chance to tell you about his suffering, his anxiety, his sorrow, his fear, his anger.
於是佢有機會向你傾訴佢嘅悲傷、佢嘅憂慮、焦慮、恐懼。
And now you have a chance to practice what we call compassionate listening.
而家你有機會去修行慈悲聆聽。
If you know to listen, how to listen like Kuan Yin, 1 hour of listening can help the other person suffer much, much less.
你懂得點樣好似觀音菩薩一樣去聆聽，只需要聆聽1個小時就可以大大減少對方嘅痛苦。
If even the other person is using the kind of language that is full of wrong perceptions,
儘管對方嘅語言充滿錯誤嘅理解，
even if he's still bitter, he still accuse and blame a lot,
佢嘅語言充滿苦暱，佢不停咁樣去指責埋怨。
but if you are a good listener, and then all these kind of things will not touch off the anger and the irritation in you.
但係如果你係一個好嘅聆聽者，佢所用嘅呢一啲語言並唔會觸動你心中嘅憤怒。
And that is a practice called in Buddhism the practice of compassionate listening.
呢一種修行喺佛教我哋稱之為慈悲聆聽。
During the time you listen, you just remember one thing.
喺你聆聽嘅時候，你最需要記得一樣嘢。
I listen to him, I listen to her with only one purpose.
我聽佢傾訴，目的只有一個，
To give him a chance to speak out, to empty his heart and to suffer less.
讓佢有機會去傾訴佢心中嘅一切，讓佢減輕心中嘅痛苦。
So far, no one in the family, no one in society has been able to listen to him or to her.
直至目前為止，喺社會入邊，周圍冇一個人可以讓佢傾訴。
I may be the first person who has the capacity to listen to him or to her.
可能我係第一個人可以傾聽佢嘅分享。
So even if he use a lot of accusation and blames, and his words is full of wrong perceptions, I am not going to interrupt him.
雖然佢嘅語言係充滿苦力，佢不停咁指責埋怨，但係我唔會去打斷佢嘅分享。
I know that if I interrupt him and correct him, and that will transform the session into a debate that will ruin everything.
因為我知道，如果我去打斷佢嘅時候，我哋會破壞呢一個佢分享嘅環節。
Later on, in 3 or 4 days, I will have a chance to offer him some information so that he can correct his perception, but not now.
3、4日之後，我可以再同佢分享一啲信息，讓佢可以改變佢錯誤嘅理解。但係喺而家，我唔會咁樣做。
If you keep that alive during the time of listening, you are protected by the energy of compassion, and you can continue to listen with compassion.
如果你記得嘅時候，喺你整個聆聽嘅過程，你都會有慈悲保護住你。
And a few days of practice with the Sangha can help you to use that kind of language in order to restore communication with the other person and to bring about reconciliation.
你同真田一齊修行幾日嘅時間，已經能夠讓你達成和解。
So the practice recommended by the Buddha is also to help restore communication with the other person.
因此，我哋可以用佛陀嘅教導去同對方重建溝通。
The other person might be your father, your son, your daughter.
對方可能係你嘅爸爸或者你嘅仔女。
And with this practice, we can end the situation of suffering that has been going on for many years.
如此，我哋可以停下我哋好多年以嚟嘅痛苦。
We have in the past 40 years offered so many retreats of mindfulness in Europe and America.
過去40年，我哋喺歐洲、美國帶領咗好多禪修營。
Usually 800, 1,000, 1,200 people attend a retreat for 6 days.
我哋有800人、1000人、1200人一齊嚟參加6日嘅禪營。
We always teach people how to release the tension in their body.
我哋總係會教導大家點樣去釋放身體嘅緊張。
We always help them to know how to breathe and to walk in order to get in touch with the wonders of life that are refreshing and nourishing and healing.
我哋總係會教導大家正念呼吸、正念步行，讓你接觸到一切滋養美好嘅元素。
We teach them how to recognize the painful feeling and emotions in them, and to know how to calm down these emotions and feelings.
我哋教導佢點樣去覺察心中痛苦嘅感受同埋情緒，亦都去平靜佢痛苦嘅感受。
And beginning the 5th day, we introduce them the practice of compassionate listening and loving speech to help them to restore communication with the other person.
喺第5日，我哋會教授愛語同埋慈悲聆聽，讓佢可以同佢嘅親人重建溝通。
If the other person is in the retreat, that would be much easier.
如果對方同時間喺呢個禪營，咁佢哋嘅溝通會非常容易。
Because the other person has gone through 4 days, 5 days of transformation and healing.
因為對方亦都喺呢個禪營入邊經過咗4日、5日嘅改變。
But if the other person is not in the retreat, and then the retreatants are authorized to use their telephone in order to practice.
但係如果對方唔喺禪營入邊，我哋容許禪修者用電話去做呢一個修習。
On the 5th day, we always say, "Ladies and gentlemen, you have up until midnight today in order to put into practice the practice of deep listening and loving speech." 喺
第5日嘅時間，我哋總係會宣佈各位朋友，你有時間，直至今日嘅夜晚12點，你有時間去修行慈悲聆聽同埋愛語。
Try your best to restore communication and to reconcile with him or with her.
請你盡心盡力去重建溝通，同對方達成和解。
And the miracle of reconciliation always happen in our retreats.
我哋總係會見到和解嘅奇蹟出現。
In the morning of the 6th day, many people come and report to us that the day before they have been able to reconcile with their father, mother, son, daughter, partner.
到咗第6日嘅朝頭早，會有人嚟同我哋分享佢成功地同佢嘅父母或者子女達成和解。
And most of the people who come to our retreat there in the West, they are not Buddhist.
好多喺西方嚟參加我哋禪營嘅人，佢哋並唔係佛教徒。
They are mostly from Christian or Jewish origin.
佢哋係猶太教或者基督教嘅徒。
And if they can do it in 5 days, why the Buddhists cannot do?
如果佢哋可以喺5日之內做得到，咁點解佛教徒做唔到？
So please do use the practice, the instruments given by the Buddha, the tools given by him to transform the situation, and do not allow the situation to drag on like that for a long time.
因此，請你使用佛陀嘅教導，佛陀俾我哋嘅工具去修行，唔好讓呢一啲唔好嘅處境一直持續。
We continue tomorrow.
我哋聽日會繼續。